Hi everyone, welcome to this video where we talk about AI agents. And in this one, what we are doing is that we have asked ChatGPT about a specific task that we will be given every single morning. And this task is to build AI agents or AI agent teams in the relationship management space. And for that, I would say let's get started with the very first one, where we will go through the task that ChatGPT gave us, and then we'll be trying to build this specific AI agent. So let's go on and find out what it has told us. And just for your information, this is a raw video, so I will not do any editing, only if for some reasons I have to do editing in the sense that I have to, for example, blur specific API keys. But despite that, I will just learn and you can learn along me. So you can just simply follow along, learn with me, figure out together how we can make this work. And in that sense, over the next weeks, we will learn more and more how to build AI agents and how to program them, all about relationship management. We're also building a CRM system right now where we do this in a more professional context. But this is a great, I think, learning experience for everyone to first learn more about AI, but at the same time also about how to use AI for relationship management and maybe where we should not use AI for relationship management and just figure out more how it works on a more technical version, more technical landscape. And with that, I would say let's get started. And if you have any questions or if you have any concerns or if you have any kind of feedback for me, just put this in the notes. And with that, I would say let's get started and see how it works and if we are able to build our first AI agent. So what does ChatGPT tell us? It says, certainly. So let's embark on this journey of building AI agents focused on relationship management. Each task will be designed to be achievable within 1 to 2 hours, gradually increasing in complexity as we progress. We'll start with foundational projects and move towards more integrated systems utilizing Python and frameworks like LangChain. Task 1. So this is what we will be doing now. Building a simple AI chatbot for relationship advice. Well, I was more thinking about relationship management in a professional context, but let's go and talk about first a personal relationship advice. If AI comes up and ChatGPT comes up with more and more AI agents in the face of more personal relationship advice, at some point we will have to reorganize it and ask it to move more into the professional relationship category. But for now, let's just go with it. So the objective is to create a basic AI chatbot that can provide general relationship advice. This will introduce you to natural language processing and chatbot development using Python. And so what's the step-by-step guide? Set up your environment. Ensure you have Python installed on your system. You can download it from python.org. So I did that already. I have already installed it. Then it says install the necessary libraries. NLTK for natural language processing tasks and random for generating random responses. It says you can install these libraries using pip. It says import libraries, begin by importing the libraries in the Python script, define chatbot responses, create a list of patterns and responses that the chatbot will use to interact with users. Okay, interesting. Pairs, so it says relationship partner love dating, relationships require communication and trust. How do you feel about your current situation? Okay, sad, unhappy, depressed. Sorry to hear that. Happy, joyful, excited. That's wonderful. Breakup, separation, divorce, and quit. Thank you for chatting. Initialize and start the chatbot. Set up the chatbot using the defined pairs and start the conversation. And then run the chatbot. And then it gives me some notes. This chatbot uses simple pattern matching to respond to user inputs. While it's a basic implementation, it serves as a foundation for more advanced chatbots. As you progress and so on, it gives me some additional resources and feel free to ask any questions. So to be fair, I'm new to programming. I have done a tiny bit before, but this sounds a bit more like, yeah, we could say I have no fucking clue. And maybe you should just cut out the word with the F. And let's just get started and figure out how we can do that, because obviously we can always ask ChatGPT to make sure that we better understand what's going on here. But set up your environment. I know that much. That we can do is we can create this directory on our computer, and on our directory we can then basically install here the libraries. So how do we do this? We go back to my, Let's quickly see this. I have a lot of windows here open. We're in this specific window. We close this window. We don't need it right now. We can just close it that way, and we can close this one. No, we don't want to do this. I have created one. It's called here Agents. So this is what we mainly will be working with. So let's click on that one. It opens. We will just copy paste our folder directory. Then we close this again. We go to our command where I did some other stuff. You can see AI Outreach MVP. We will change this. We will actually, I think we have to close this event environment. Let me quickly see how we can do this before we go on. So we go back in here. We need that. So we say, I have a event environment open on my computer. How can I close that to start over in the command tool in Microsoft Windows 10? So let's see what it says. To deactivate Python and so on, just put that Python. This sounds a bit too easy. Well, let's quickly see. Let's put deactivate here. I think this won't work, but let's see. Deactivate. It's loading. We have to wait now. I'm still not really sure because I used that before and it definitely wasn't the word deactivate. So let's go out of the internet and say, when I want to go out of a Python event environment, how can I do that and what is the code I have to type into the command line to stop it from working and being in that environment. Let's see if this is more. Oh, look, it again says deactivate. Okay, it says deactivate, it doesn't do anything. We just close it and we reopen it. This will go faster. So I'm very sorry I have a slow computer, but we will soon have a faster one. We go in this one here. And now we say cd, which is kind of going to the directory. We do the one we have. No, we don't have anymore. So let's quickly go to our agents here. And we use this one again. So this is the cd, and then we go here. And now we can make a directory. And we can call this the make directory. How do we call this? So how is AI here calling it? This one that we are now building. Let's quickly see how we have this. We can say task 1, building a simple AI chatbot for relationship advice. So let's just say task 1, and we can say 92 Germany, 92 2025. Maybe we do this differently. So now we are in that. I have no clue how we get there, but what I normally do is we do agents. We see now we have created this one, and we can now go and do this here. Go in here. Oh, it doesn't look, I just gave this in. So we go like so bcd, then we type this in, and now we are in this white folder. And now we can basically install that. So we say pip install nltk, we go in here and we type this in, and now it installs this nltk. So now we can already ask, because I have no idea how to install random, so we say, how can I install random? And then can you help me of how to write the full script of the Python script plus how to name it, plus do I need to create additional files? And files, I heard, for example, there's something like init, so files like init or else to get this running. And how can I run this, and do I not need any AI API for that, or is that simply a chatbot that we run on our computer? Please help me to get this set up properly. So now let's see what comes up. So we don't need that. Here we go down, so we see great questions. Let's go step by step to install dependencies, write the full script, name the file, run it properly, and understand whether we need an API for this chatbot. So we see there's a bit more to it than AI let us know. So we see install random and required dependencies. The random module comes built in with Python, so you don't need to install it separately. However, you need to install it in NLTK, so which helps with process natural language. So we can check NLTK here. It actually worked. It says Donald successfully installed those two, so this should have been worked. Then create your Python script. So now let's create a Python script for your chatbot, relationship chatbot Pi. So we can copy this. There are two versions that I figured out how to do this. Sometimes I think it's more helpful to do this in Visual Studio Code because there are some more opportunities. We can quickly put this in here. You see, this is something I try to work with, so you don't see any specific information, so that's great. We can go to open, we can say new window. We can actually close this one. We don't need it right now. Save all. And then we can go into file and we say open folder. And then we go to this open folder. Where do we have it? Here in the desktop. Here we have the agents, and there we have task 1. We open this one, and now we can see we're here in task 1. We can go in one more file here. We put this one in, and now we have our relationship chatbot Pi. Now let's quickly go out, copy paste the following full chatbot script. So we can go and copy, then we go back into here, the relationship chatbot, and now we put in the relationship chatbot. So let's quickly see what exactly it did. It imported this random. We have to ask again what exactly the random is, plus this natural languaging, plus from this one, the chat usual import chats and reflections. Ensure you have the necessary NLTK corpus. I have no clue what we're talking about here, so we have to figure this one out. Download equals punkt. Okay, this sounds very German and not so much English. Define the chatbot response patterns. So pairs is this one. We keep it as it is. Define relationship chatbot print. Hello, I'm your relationship advisor. How can I assist you today? Type quit to exit. Chat converse. So do I need additional files? No, for this chatbot, you do not need init or any additional files because we are not creating a Python package. Everything is contained within one script. NLTK and random handle everything internally. How to run the chatbot? After saving your relationship chatbot file, run the chatbot using the command Python relationship chatbot Pi. This will start the chatbot and you can type messages in the console. Do I need an AI API for this? No, you do not need an AI API like OpenAI's GPT for this chatbot because this chatbot uses predefined response patterns instead of AI-generated text. It's powered by NLTK's built-in pattern matching. It runs completely on your local computer without requiring internet access. However, in future versions, we can integrate AI models like OpenAI's GPT, LangChain, or QAI to make it smarter. Summary: installed dependencies, created and saved, no extra files needed, run the script. When the script, we didn't do it yet, no API required, works entirely offline, and would you like to modify it? So before we do this, I had this one question, which is ensure you have the necessary LTK. So we just copy paste this here, copy paste this in here and say, hey, thanks. Can you give me some more explanation about the random NLTK and what this means from NLTK, chat utils, import chat reflections, and what you mean with ensure you have the necessary NLTK corpus. So this is normally just something you can do if you have more questions, and it helps you to better understand what you're actually doing there. So we see great questions. Let's break everything down so you fully understand how the chatbot works. What is random? Import random. The random module is built into Python and is used to generate random numbers or select random choices. In our chatbot, we are not using it explicitly, but it's often used in chatbot programs to randomize responses. Example uses import random, responses hello, hi there, hey, how is this going? So basically, okay, we see it just gives us different options. Explanation of NLTK stands for Natural Language Toolkit. It's a powerful Python library used for processing human language data. It provides tools for tokenization, so splitting text into words or sentences, stemming and lemmatization, reducing words to their root form, chatbots, speech tagging, sentiment analysis, and more. Understanding this NLTK chat utils, the imports two important classes from the NLTK chat util module. Chat used to create simple pattern-based chatbots, and reflections, a built-in dictionary that maps pronouns to make responses feel more natural. Example of reflections. Okay, so I am, you are, I was, you were. Okay, so it just changes the I and the you. This helps the chatbot mirror conversations naturally. Example usage, print reflections I am, output you are. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. How chat works. Chat allows us to define conversation patterns and have the chatbot respond based on those patterns. It takes in a list of paired patterns and responses, the reflections dictionary to adjust pronouns automatically. So I guess this is exactly what we did here with the chat pairs. So this activates the chatbot, allowing it to take the user input and match it to the predefined responses. So I think this is exactly what we can see here. If you go up a bit, we have here those pairs, and this is what it will be doing and what we will be hopefully seeing very soon. Then let's go down. What does NLTK download punkt do? The punkt tokenizer is required for NLP tasks. This line downloads the necessary NLTK dataset that helps split sentences into words. Without this, NLTK may not work properly. When you run this, it downloads the datasets once and then it's stored on your computer. If you have already downloaded it, NLTK will skip the download. If you ever need to manually download more NLTK datasets, you can use, okay, this will open an NLTK downloader GUI where you can browse and download more datasets. So this is what we learned. I know this is maybe a very beginner question, but let's quickly ask this. Stands for. Now let's see. Stands for graphical user interface. It refers to a visual way of interacting with a program or system using elements like windows, buttons, icons, and menus instead of just text-based commands. Command line interface. For example, the NLTK downloader GUI lets you click and select datasets instead of typing commands. File Explorer in Windows is a GUI, while the command prompt is a CLI. So CLI is then, I guess, the command line interface, and the GUI is the graphical user interface. Would you like an example of a simple GUI chatbot using Python? No, we don't, because obviously we are just focused now on running this. So let's go up a bit and check where we had our here how to run the chatbot. So now we will copy paste this one, maybe just copy it here. We go now to this relationship chatbot. And now what we do is we go into the view, no, not view, wait a second. We go to the terminal, and then we wait until this is coming up. Then we click it here and let's see what happens. Well, not that much is happening, basically nothing. So let's put this again. No, nothing happens. So I wonder, okay, how do we bring this to life now? So let's put it this way. We can say we have no clue what has happened here. Did we write this wrong? No, we didn't. So let's put this Right there, we put the Python relationship chatbot Py into the terminal bash for the Visual Studio Code, where we have the Python script for the chatbot that you provided us with, but when we do that, nothing happens. How can we actually chat with that chatbot? In the command line or GUI, or do we have to create and program something else? Okay, so let's see what it's saying. I'll go down. So hi there, let's troubleshoot and ensure you can probably run chat with a chatbot. Below are the steps to verify everything and get the chatbot running. This chatbot is a command line chatbot, meaning it runs inside your terminal. When you start it, you should be able to type messages and get responses directly in the terminal. How to run it in VS Code. Since you're using Visual Studio Code, follow these steps. Option 1, run from the terminal in VS Code and navigate to the folder where relationship chatbot Py is saved. Open the terminal inside VS Code, go to View Terminal, activate the virtual environment if using one. We don't use one. Run the chatbot. Press Enter. Option 2, run in command prompt. Okay, so we go now into CD, path to your chatbot folder, and then we run the script. So let's do this. So we go into the command line here. We are in this task 1, and we go now into this. And we can clearly see nothing happens. And I think we saved this, or did we forget to save it? So let's quickly save this. It's like Control S. And let's do this again. Maybe we just forgot to save it. Maybe this is exactly what happened. Look, this looks way better. And now we realize the only thing we forgot is to save it. So now we have Python relationship chatbot, the downloading the package punkt to this app data. The package punkt is already up to date. And now it says, hello, I'm your relationship advisor. How can I assist you today? Type quit to exit. Okay, so it's a relationship advisor. And let's just write something and say, hey, we are doing great, or not we, maybe it's confused, but we can try this later. Hey, I am doing great. Let's do it this way, doing great. Had a fantastic day, but there was one point that stressed me. I had a difficult conversation with a colleague, and we did not have the same opinion about a topic, and he spoke negatively about my perspective in a team meeting. We can just keep it very broad and just see what happens. It's just something I just came up, and let's see what it answers. So now the answer is none. Well, this is not very helpful. Well, this is, I guess, very, very basic and only with pairs, which obviously is not really helpful because it would mean that we have to use these specific words so that something happens. So let's just say I'm very sad. And we directly get none. Maybe we can say only sad, none. Maybe we can say happy, none. Maybe quit. Thank you for chatting. So look, this works. But we can say this is not what we wanted, obviously. So let's see, copy paste this and have a look what this thingy says. Hey, it kind of works, but so far only with the word quit, and it starts. For all other input, it does not give us any viable response. Is that how it is designed, or is that because there is a mistake in it? So now we can ask like what it comes up with. I see what's happening. The chatbot isn't responding correctly because it's not recognizing the input format. Let's fix it and make it work as expected. So the issue is that the chatbot is expecting specific patterns, like exact words in specific positions, but doesn't handle natural conversation well. We have clearly seen that. Solution: use regular expressions properly. Modify the chatbot to recognize keywords in your input more flexibly. Replace the previous relationship chatbot pie script with this improved version. So now the pairs, okay, it made some slight changes. Default response for anything else. Okay, print this and then chat. What was fixed? Pattern matching improved. Now detects any mention of sad, happy, stress, etc. anywhere in the sentence. Wildcard added. This makes the chatbot recognize longer sentences instead of only short keywords, and added a default response. If it doesn't recognize something, it will ask for more details instead of returning none. How to run it again. Save the fixed scripts, run it in the terminal, try chatting again. Hello, I'm your blah blah blah. I had a tough conversation with a colleague today that sounds frustrating, conflicts at work can be challenging, and so on. Next steps, make it smarter with AI, or we will do this soon, add a GUI and store conversations in a database. So let's now just copy this whole script, put this back in here. So now we put the relationship chatbot, we just copy paste the new one in there, and then we run this whole thing again. So now we put this here, we put Python, put copy paste, let's see if this works. And now let's see. So it says, hello, I'm your relationship advisor, how can I assist you today? And we say, let's just copy exactly what we said before. I'm a bit like, let's see if we can just copy paste this whole thing here. I don't want to do this again. So now we paste this in here. And now it says, that sounds frustrating. Conflicts at work can be challenging. Seems like very scripted indeed. It says like, look here, that sounds frustrating. Conflicts at work can be challenging. How do you feel about what happened? And now we can say, I feel sad about it. This colleague was, or not was, maybe is a good friend and colleague, and so far everything worked always very smoothly. So it says, now I'm sorry to hear that. It's important to talk about your feeling. What's been on your mind? I try to solve this situation, but I do not know how to do that in the best possible way. Can you help me? I'm here to listen. Can you tell me more about what's on your mind? Now you see, it kind of goes in almost here a bit of a loop, because can you tell me more about what's on your mind is exactly the same it asked me before. And I gave some answers, but the response is a bit, well, not too encouraging, or just like, really, should I just say it again? But okay, I'm here to listen. Can you tell me more what's on your mind? Yes, I try to solve it, and I do not know how. And now you see, this is why this chatbot is just not helpful. I'm here to listen. Can you tell me more about what's on your mind? So this is clearly not helpful. This was a very easy chatbot. It was just a starter chatbot. And I'm making sure that for the next one, we're using cutting edge technology. And this is what we will now write to AI. This is our feedback for this very first bot. So we will be saying, hey, and thank you for this very first task to create an AI chatbot. However, as much as we liked creating it and also learned some interesting new perspectives, which are very helpful for any further generations of AI agents, we would very much like to program even as a beginner, cutting-edge AI agents with cutting-edge AI agent programming and creation and building tools. So please update the task for each day with this new context and send it over every morning at 6 a.m. Please keep everything else as is and make sure to describe and give step-by-step guides for people that are super beginners in AI agent programming. Over time, you can adapt to my level of programming and skills and experience, and as said before, give me more complex and advanced AI agents, AI agent teams, AI agent crews, AI agent systems, and AI agent plus additional systems related to relationship management to be built. We put the internet search here. We say, please use the internet search as well for that to produce and create learning tasks and materials that are cutting edge and relate to AI agents that are as helpful as they can possibly be. Please be accurate and increase your level of complexity each day, but keep in mind that in total this should not take longer than 1 to 2 hours. So now, okay, thanks. There were some grammar things in. Okay, now it makes some search. Thank you for your enthusiasm. Okay, now it starts with task 1, developing a sentiment analysis AI agent. Create an AI agent that can analyze the sentiments of text inputs, determining whether the expressed sentiment is positive, negative, and neutral. So, install required. Write the sentiment analysis script. Run the AI agent. Notes, understanding sentiment plurality, enhancement, and so on. So this is, again, another task. We will leave it out for now because we will have a look at the next tasks tomorrow. And if the next task, again, does not include any AI agents and any AI models that are out there in the market, then we will actually adapt the code again, and then we'll start and do that from there. I hope this was helpful. And as said before, if you have any comments, if you have any requests, if you have any kind of AI agents you would love me to build, and please keep in mind, I'm still a beginner, but if you would love to do that and have some ideas, please leave them in the comments. And I would also be very happy if you give me a like for this video. And with that, I would say have a wonderful day and talk to you tomorrow.